Hi crafters, Amy here, and today I'm going to share with you a design for some single layer Santa Christmas cards. I'm going to show you the products that I'm using today. I have this adorable Sweet Christmas layered stamp set from My Favorite Things. I also have some Catherine Pooler mini ink pads. This is the party collection in the set Carnival. And I have an A2 size card base of 110 pound cardstock. And then to create the awesome backgrounds, I have two stencils from A Colorful Life Designs. I have the layered sparkle hose and this awesome deckled rectangle set. She has a whole line of layered stencils and also a whole line of these marvelous masks in all different shapes and sizes, and it's so cool because you get the positive and the negative space, so the possibilities are endless. I'm showing you that I used pixie spray on the back of the inner portion to kind of hold it in place, but I do end up switching to a smaller one of the deckled rectangles just so it doesn't take up too much of the background. I will link in the top right corner a fun way to use these marvelous mask stencils in kind of a non-traditional way if you're interested in checking that out. But I decided to go with the smaller one because I want to make sure I leave adequate room for that awesome background stencil to kind of work its magic. So I lay down the pixie spray backed little rectangle in the spot where I know I'm going to stamp the Santa. And I do realize as I go on to make more of these, I really loved the design. I loved it so much I went on to make 4 more of them. But I realized it was easier to actually stamp the little guy first and then cover it with that rectangle and then go on to this part, just because it made it easier for me. But honestly, it doesn't make a huge difference either way. But I'm not really ink blending where I know that rectangle is underneath that stencil. I have them layered on top of each other on my Wendy Vecchi Make Art Station, and I'm using the color Samba to kind of ink in the ho 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 portion of the layered stencil. Now, if you're not familiar, A Colorful Life Designs is a small woman-owned business in Texas, and she has so many hundreds of amazing stencils. So these layered stencils that she carries are some of my favorites. This is from, I believe, last year, and it was a new release for Christmas time last year, and it's so cute and whimsical. It reminds me almost of like Dr. Seuss with that ho ho ho, but I'm also using that All That Jazz. Those are the 2 colors that I'm using, and I will use those same colors for the stamping. So kind of simple, not a whole lot of supplies used here, but I'm just inking through the little snowflake portion of the stencil, and then I really want that box to show and be clearly defined. So I'm using some of that All That Jazz ink to just kind of blend lightly around that box, because then when I remove that rectangle square, then it's going to be nice and bright white and the perfect little stage for my little Santa. So I'm just going to load him up in the Misty. I'm starting with the outline portion of the Santa, and then as you can see there's 3 other layer portions of that stamp. So this isn't really one that I could do in my 5 cards in 10 minute series if you've watched any of those, just because it is a little in-depth with the layers of the stencils and the layers of the stamps, but it is still pretty quick. It doesn't take a whole lot of time, especially when you get, in the flow of things. So if you wanted to create a handful of these or a batch of these for your Christmas card ideas this year, it's definitely doable. It's just not going to be quite as quick as the 5 and 10 series. If you want to check out one of my 5 and 10 Christmas card ideas, I'll link that in the top right corner if you want to check that out. It's just kind of an even more simplified version of a Christmas card, but still beautiful. So check that out. I'll have that linked above, and I'll also put it in the video description box if you want to check it out after this video is done. But I'm just using a nice rich black pigment ink to stamp that little Santa, and then I move on to the red portion that fills in his hat and his coat and his legs, and this is just so cute. I can't even handle. It's so graphic looking and adorable, and I'm so excited about this stamp set. I just think it is too cute. So you just kind of line it up as best you can, but the cool thing about this graphic look is if you're outside the lines, it looks cute that way too. So don't feel like you need to line it up perfectly, because it'll look totally adorable even if you go outside the lines. It just kind of adds to that whimsical graphic look. So I stamped that in that same red Samba ink, and then it gives you the little stripes for the candy canes as well. Super adorable. So again, same Samba red ink. It looks a little reddish orange in the video, but it is a true proper Christmas red color. So stamp that in, and then there is also a stamp for those little ornaments that he has hanging on the candy canes. So I decided to stamp that in the All That Jazz color, and then that really just ties in with the colors on the background because I'm just using those same two colored inks. So how cute is this stamp set? Seriously, I can't even handle it. Anyway, if you're interested in any of these products, I will link them in the video description below, and there will also be a coupon for a Colorful Life Designs. So if you check out the stencils, be sure to use my coupon at checkout, and it will save you 10% on your complete order. So here I went on to make 4 more because I just love the design, and I stamped just in that black ink the sentiment that came with the stamp set. So here is a clean and simple, single layer, easy to ship, pretty easy to mass produce card idea for you for your holiday cards this year. So if you enjoyed my video, please hit the thumbs up and consider subscribing to my channel. I will link those other videos and the products that I used in the video description box. And thank you so much. I appreciate you watching. Have a great day. Bye.